Chuck from Janesville, Wisconsin, Johnson Tractor. We're going to look over this feeder house on the Midrange Conway today. First thing we want to start at the front. We have your feeder chain, feeder slats. You're going to want to go over and make sure your slats aren't bent. You don't have any that are bent, pushed in. This drum has the rock retarder rings on it that help with that, but you still obviously possible to bend slats. Chain links are not loose, and as you roll your chain over to your master links, make sure your S-clips or your nuts on your master links are not coming out or missing. You don't want the chain to end up breaking, coming in, getting hooked in the rock trap, and it's a big mess. Also, we have the drum and drum bearings up front on each side. There's side shields on the side of them. Make sure the welds have not cracked on those and that the bearings are still good and that the drum spins smoothly. Also at the front, it's fairly common to see dents in your floor. Small dents that don't affect feeding are fine, but if you have anything that's deep or cracked, that's going to be a problem with feeding, so then we'll be looking at replacing the floor. As we move rearward, we have your stripper plates on the crossbar across that your feeder chain rides on above the sprocket. You want to make sure they're not wore down into that bar that's actually welded into the feeder house. That's to protect them. Them plates are replaceable. When they start showing wear, you just unbolt 2 bolts all the way across on each one, and then they replace them, and they actually adjust to the sprocket that keeps it from getting wrapped with material in the Conway. Also, you have your feeder sprocket above that. You want to make sure your sprocket teeth are not cupped and that they're full width sprocket teeth and they fit in the chain nice. They're not all the way to one side and one side's all wore off. As you go behind that, you have your rock trap that's driven here. Both of these shafts have bearings on the outside. You want to keep an eye on them, make sure everything looks straight and true on them. On your rock trap chain on these mid-range machines, a lot of guys have broke these as they wear. They're an O-ring chain that does not require oil, but as they wear, they get loose, and then they will break. This one here is loose, so we want to replace that. Your rock trap beater is inside here. You're going to want to look down through here and look at your serrated bars or flat bars and see if there is any dents that have been bent from taking in rocks. That's the gist of most of the wear parts in the feeder house. You also obviously have your chain tensioners. Depending on how old a machine you have, they change several variations. We want to make sure the chain is evenly tight and keep them tight so the chain runs true and doesn't track one way and cause excessive wear.